Hey, you, friends, family, and strangers. What are you doing in my house? Oh, wait, this ain't my house no more. It's soon going to be someone else's house. I mean, technically it's still my house, but at any moment, my mortgage company could utilize their lien on the property, and I could be screwed out of the sale of this house, which is only this much nerve-wracking. Actually, more like that much nerve-wracking. That means my nerves are racked. Anyways, guys. As you know from yesterday, I got stood the fuck up on the showing of this beautiful house. So here's what's getting ready to go down. I'm going to put more stuff in my van and move it out of this place. Because whether that particular buyer comes through or not, I got to get it ready for somebody. And I just want to get my shit out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to finish eating my delicious Chipotle I have here. Then I'm going to take another run to the storage unit. When I come back, it'll be time for a quick nap. About 4 to 5 hours. I have to be awake, bright-eyed, and bushy-balled to receive what should be attempt number 2 at the earnest money deposit check. That'll be for what we say in the industry, a pretty penny. Okay? After that happens, if that happens, I will probably at that point head down to the truck stop, get me a nice hot shower and a poo just for you. Oh yeah. Also, when I wake back up after that 4 to 5 hour nap, it will be time again to load up the van again with more stuff. 1 or 2 loads a day keeps the movers away. Trust me, if I had the money, you kidding me? Let's say this. If I had the money, I wouldn't hire a moving company. If I had the money, I would pay you to work here in this property and hire 20, 30 dudes to come with boxes under their arms, flat ones that they can fold out, tape the bottom, load with crap, get it all done, pack it into a giant moving van that I would buy, a big ass moving truck. I would have the whole house completely empty in a matter of 1 or 2 days. If I had the money, I would do that. And while that was going on, I would be out seeing the sights, making great content for you. But instead, this is the content for you. Because your boy is your average, run-of-the-mill, working class, middle class motherfucker. Loser. Finally, we're moving in style. I can't tell you how many times I've been loading up this van, moving in and out of this damn house, and could barely see the inside to figure out if I was putting stuff in efficiently or not. I don't know why I didn't just bring this lamp out every time a long time ago. It has begun. Well, definitely a little different pace tonight when it comes to moving out. As you know, last night's goal was to work up until the house was walk-through ready. And I was up all night trying to achieve that. Even though there was no walk-through going to happen, and my realtor did not bother to let me know that that plan had changed. But it did get my house walk-through ready, I guess. So what did they say? What he doesn't know won't kill him. Well, last night almost did kill me because of how damn tired your boy was. And also, I was in such a hurry. Anytime I would sweat under my big winter coat, I just ignored it and plowed through. And I was covered in sweat by the time I was done because I didn't want to take the 2 seconds to take my coat off. Well, tonight, I have some more time. So I was loading up that big, beautiful van out there with all that crap in it and got sweaty. Your boy got a little sweaty, took his coat off, put it out there on my pile of stuff right out there. And the funny thing about putting a coat back on that's been outside in the freezing cold for an hour is that it's like putting on, it's like someone adorned you with ice. Let's say like a coat were made out of ice and they put it on you. It takes a while to warm yourself up because first your body has to warm up the coat. This, packing every nook and cranny into a van, takes, just in case you're wondering, takes forever. I think it would be quicker to just grab what you see, throw it in, grab what you see, throw it in, take a trip, come back, rather than taking the extra time to max out your space. Could time it and find out. She's starting to thin out. It doesn't look as walkthrough ready in here. Now it looks less warm and cozy, but it does look bigger. So if they would have come at the correct appointment that we originally set up, then shit. Even though it is a whopping midnight 24 and I still need to run over to the storage unit, drop some shite off and then run back, which will probably take about an hour and a half at the very minimum, 2 to 2:15 max. I'm going to go ahead and warm this room up while I'm gone. I don't normally do that. I normally just wait till I'm here. But it also gets very, very tiring to come into this room and freeze while trying to fall asleep. The heated blanket last night, I could only feel it right as I was getting ready to fall asleep. But I did feel it kicking on and everything. Good investment. Didn't even remember I had this until I found it while moving. That would have come in handy a long time ago. But in general, I'm kind of against heated blankets because you don't want to sleep on wires. There's a wire right there. Like, why would you want to lay on an electrical wire? That just sounds dangerous. But I'm sure they know what they're doing. At the wee old electric blanket factory, I'm sure they've figured that problem out already. All right, let's go drive in the dark for about an hour. Drop some stuff off into storage out in the middle of absolutely nowhere in the dark. And then drive back in the dark. And speaking of the dark, turn off the lamp.
Okay.
Before I leave, I'm out here in the front yard just taking a nice pee out in the grass. This place used to creep me out 6 years ago when I first bought this property. It used to creep me out royally to be out here at night. But now, it don't mean shit to me, dude. You can star watch and moon watch and... Let me sprinkle the Peter off real quick. Give a little tuggy. Take it to Tuggy Town real quick. All right. Now, what were you talking about? Again, I'll wash my hands later. Don't worry about it. Mind your business. Basically, what you were talking about is me being outside out here, and a big part of what I'll be doing when I move into this new property is van lifing. Even though I have a house on the property, I highly doubt I will fix that house up. But that is a possibility. If I find myself with too much money, time, and energy, then I will probably fix that wee old shack up, or take that time, money, and energy to tear that bitch down and rebuild. A nice little cozy squarish house right in the middle of the lot. What else? But I feel like I'm gonna just park the van in the garage barn. And I've never heard of such a thing as a garage barn, but that's what I've been calling this building ever since I saw it, because it's a new building compared to the house. The house is 100 years old. This garage, freestanding separate garage, is why I call it a garage barn, because it's by itself. It's not attached to the house. So it just makes more sense to call it. You don't hear of any kind of attached barn. So it's a garage barn, right? New word that we made up. And it's beautiful. It works out perfectly. I always check up on my roof to see if Mothman's up there. And I'm glad he never is. Wow, what a story to tell, though, if he was. I'd probably have a heart attack. They say he has glowing red eyes that watch you. Could you imagine looking up on your roof? If you lived out in the country or not, it wouldn't matter. But mostly people say that when they spot them, they say they're in the city. But anyways, could you imagine looking up on your roof and you see a figure standing there like a man with wings, and his eyes are glowing red, and you can tell by the way those eyes are pointed, he's looking right at you. Up on your roof. Would you not have a heart attack? That Look up the Unsolved Mysteries episode of Mothman. Not like the old ones, but there's one from like a year or 2 years ago, Unsolved Mystery episode of the Mothman. One guy said he saw it in his front yard, like up in the tree. So like imagine you're going out to get, you can barely see that tree, but like you're going out to get your mail or whatever, and Mothman's just up in your tree looking at you with those eyes. And he said he just walked inside real quick and kind of just hoped he wouldn't die in the process. This thing wouldn't attack. I don't think I've ever heard of a case where Mothman attacked. He's just kind of a watcher. He's a watcher. But anyways, we are doing it to it. So I'll have, mostly what'll happen is, at least at first, I'll have this van parked in that garage barn, and I will build a nice bedroom in this van. A bed. I got my shelves back there. I'll plug in some electric, like an extension cord. Had to use you as a light. Sorry. Plug in an extension cord, and if I run a heater or whatever, it might be a buddy heater. It might be a just a space heater like I use now. Whatever the case. And because I'll have more money, because I won't have a mortgage anymore, generally speaking, I won't have like the full use of what used to be mortgage money, because a lot of that is already planned for other things, investment, traveling, stuff like that. But there is a big chunk of it that used to be used for a mortgage that will now be used for building my next home, because I'm buying a property, but the home on it is probably not where I'll be living, because that building is rough. And yes, I will show you every inch of that new house and how crazy it looks. You are going to have, like I said, the walkthrough of that new house will haunt your dreams forever. And one thing I do know is I will probably never step foot in that house at night. So this could become a full-blown paranormal activity channel. Ugh. And upstairs in broad daylight was creepy. You'll see what I mean. Hopefully soon. I gotta get this place sold so we can move forward with that. As far as I know, I'm in contract with that house. They counter-offered and I accepted, signed it, so I don't think anyone else can come in and buy it from under me or whatever, but it's conditional on me selling this freaking money pit. And just like today, they're supposed to come tomorrow morning and give me an earnest deposit check. And then who knows when they're going to schedule a showing after that. It'd be nice if they would do it when I was at work one night, so I can just leave the door unlocked that day. And then at work at some point, my realtor be willing to text me and make sense and say, gave a showing of your house as planned, we are gone, lock the door behind me, boom. And then hopefully soon after that, hopefully they make an offer, and if not, I hope someone does soon, because I want to be out of here, especially after working this damn hard, moving into an apartment, moving out of the apartment, chickened out, moved back in, got confident, moved back in, chickened out again, moved my crap back into this house. And if you want to know how much crap you got, try moving. You got a lot of crap, more than you realize. I got freaking crap for days, impacted up in the colon crap, that if you accidentally dropped a blowtorch in this house and she went up in flames, I don't think I'd be missing too much crap, because it's crap I don't even know I have. Crap, fucking crap, all right? So quit crapping on my balls. That's a prank call reference. You don't know. You're too young to know that stuff. You young peoples. So, we're doing it. It's an antsy process. I have noticed, though, this time around, for whatever reason, my stress is almost nothing compared to 6 years ago when I was trying to buy this place. I was living in an apartment. I was so close to punching my lease manager right in her ugly mouth and going to prison. So I hastily wanted to get the first place I could so I would never have to deal with a landlord again. Little did I know that dealing with a mortgage company would be worse in many ways. For me it was, because my income comes and goes. I'm not a government worker who can write their own check. So that's that. And I was going back and forth with the realtor just like I'm doing now, but my realtor back then, who was a whole different person, made a lot of sense and was descriptive and encouraging, and she was guiding this first-time home buyer through the woods very well. But she was also so much different than this current realtor I have now. She was very particular about what she was willing to participate in. Like, she said, I would never sell someone a house without a working furnace. This guy's selling me a house that's probably condemned. If code enforcement looked at it, they would probably condemn that bitch. And he's selling me this place. He's like, let's do this. And I told him about this dump. No working furnace. No working water. There's a trench in my front yard where I tried to dig out the water line. Whoever buys this place has a lot of work to do, but if the land has value regardless. The structure of the house is good, the floor is good, the roof is brand new. So if someone wants to come in and touch up the water and touch up the heat, they got a full-blown 5-bedroom, beautiful house on over an acre of land in the most perfect part of the county out here. So that's why it is worth so much more 6 years later than what I bought it for, despite the new problems that it has because of all that other stuff. So I got so lucky when it comes to that. But we'll see how lucky I get, because we're still in this. I want to jump the gun and just withdraw from my 401k to go ahead and buy that new house. Start moving my stuff into that garage. And just let this place take its time, because right now I have to get this place sold in order to get that new place done, to shake hands and get the keys. So it's just, when you're buying and selling in real estate, your tires are spinning in the mud. When you're selling real estate for someone else or acquiring for someone else, you, as a realtor or real estate agent, then it's just a normal day at the office, and you have many clients at once. Their antsiness doesn't affect you because you see it all day, every day. It's your job. But on the buyer and seller, and I'm a buyer and a seller at the same time right now, and it is, like I said, I'm not stressed. Almost no stress at all. I think I have a lot of confidence in my guy, even though he's kind of a pain sometimes, for sure, as you know from watching along these last few days. But it still is an experience that has me, I'm asking myself questions every second. If my realtor could hear my brain, then he would have twice as much work to do answering all my questions. And the reason I don't text him all these questions is because I'm confident that everything's going to work out. I have full faith he knows what he's doing 100 times more than I ever will. So, all right. Enough middle of the night ranting out in the van. I guess I'm just subconsciously trying to get used to being in this van. This is basically going to be my bedroom. That will be parked, not this space, but that space back there. And this bedroom will be parked in my house, aka the garage barn. And outside of this bedroom, that will not be the outside of this van will not be warm in the winter like the van will be. Will be everything else. I will build a place to shower and use the restroom, and I will build a kitchen and put a big circle table right in the middle of the whole garage with a giant area rug and all this stuff, and make it the weirdest bachelor pad, van lifer, wannabe traveler, but still an investor. I'm still going hard in my investments. That's never stopped. That's one thing I'm most proud of. I'm sticking to those guns, baby, because ultimately that's the thing that's going to finish unlocking all my goals. But to see those goals start to take shape right now and to get it dialed in, I guess turning older like I am right now, isn't as bad as I thought it would be, because I finally started to practice self-discipline and stuff. And I went through a lot of crap that changed me because I decided to question what I can learn from it and how I can never experience certain traps again. Right? You got me? All right. So like I said, quit your rambling. Let's head down the road and get all this crap into the storage. And don't let me hit a deer on the way, okay? You know, I've already drove down this street with a van load full of my possessions many, many times. And that was to go to the apartment just on the other side of town. But now I go way past that, an hour in that same direction, way out in the middle of nowhere, crop field, America. And so yeah, there's no casual moving back into the house this time. This is a lot larger undertaking than going back and forth on the apartment. This load I'm hauling is packed in so tight, I don't hear anything bouncing around at all back there. Just some minor rattles, baby. So I was thinking about my next mortgage payment, potentially my last one ever. I want to see how this potential buyer goes, because the money they give me for the property will cover any late payments with interest, plus the entire payoff balance, blah, blah, blah. But I am behind on the mortgage, and if they utilize their lien and I am removed from the property, if it goes that far before someone ever does buy the property, then I don't really see how I can successfully sell the joint by taking up any longer and selling the thing. So I'm pretty much just going to maintain business as usual until this property is sold. However, when it comes to this very next mortgage payment, which will be like over 2 months late, basically it's March now and I still have to pay my next mortgage payment is for January. So that tells you that where I'm at with that. I have up until the 17th before March is officially late by their standards. So if this deal doesn't happen on paper, where basically if I don't have the money and I don't have them on the phone finalizing everything up for me and taking their payoff money and stuff by the 17th, then I'm just going to make another mortgage payment and start chunking away at the delinquency and maintaining it all rather than just walking away and letting it foreclose, because I need this property in order to sell this property. Obviously, if it forecloses, I can't get money out of its equity and purchase my new home with it. I believe that if the sheriff sells it at an auction or whatever because of my foreclosure, then whatever money they get more so than what's owed, I would be entitled to. But that seems like a sticky route to go, and it most likely will not sell for nearly as much in that case. So, a lot of stuff in old Duder's head, you know what I mean? It is creepy out here at night. We are now out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Look at all this junk. You can't see because it's too dark. And guess who forgot a flashlight? This guy. If I would have remembered. Oh, wait, I did remember. Several times I thought about it while I was packing the van, that I should remember to grab my big flashlight out of my toolbox so I could use it out here. But now that it is dark, I would shower right here with my camp shower right here and let the water and the soap go right into these rocks. However, too late, because now it is cold. It's in the 30s again. So that's always fun. There's a motion light up there that keeps kicking on, and it might be a camera as well. Hard to tell. The landlord here does put out a lot of trail cams and stuff all around this place, so whatever. But look, your boy found a backup light. One little victory at a time, boys. I'm pretty sure if you opened this storage unit to break in and you came up with a light and you saw this, that's like something right out of a scary movie. Yeah. Scrody McScrot Whistle would probably scare you in here because he's sitting in the middle in a chair. It's like, all right, where's Jigsaw? What kind of creepy game are we about to play? How quick until I get my neck cut off? Do you recall this item? The Coca-Cola straw holder for restaurants. Of course you do, because you were with me when I bought it on our last days of winter road trip, when we stopped at the most beautiful place on earth in Logan, Ohio, the antique shopping mecca of the world. It's time for you guys to meet Scrody's child, Scrody Jr. I bought Scrody Jr. like a way long time ago. And you already know when I bought Scrody because you were there, remember? Huh? You remember. Scrody's child, little mini Scrody. Looks like he's got a couple Scrodies right on his neck. Finally. Getting everything out of the van is the easy and fast part, but putting it away into the storage unit properly, efficiently, so everything else can fit in there afterward, now that's the part that takes some time. I've been here in total almost an hour, and I am beyond over it. A very, very long time ago here at this exact storage unit complex, back before it was owned by its current owner, way back when it was owned by a previous person, a friend of mine in his big truck ripped up the gravel and burnt out the entire length of this long driveway right here where I'm driving right now. I stood in the distance and recorded a video of it, and I used the audio of that as slate audio, and that audio ran in a couple hundred Duggalo Nation videos a few years back. Well, I was wondering, should I make that last trip of the day out to the storage unit? And I think I'm glad I did. Everything worked out pretty well. Sorry, we lost focus there for a minute. Much like we do in life, and then we refocus when we need to. Look at those red flickering lights off in the distance. You know what that is? That is for trains. There is tracks out there, kind of out in the middle of fields. There's no town where those red lights are. There's not even a road that crosses where those red lights are. That spot out there where those red lights are flashing and flickering, the only thing that happens there is two railroad tracks intersect right there. And there are poles up high, like 12 feet high or whatever, that have all that going on, as you can see. See those red lights dancing? Let me see if this does anything. Not much. Isn't that fun? But anyways, yeah, I'm glad I made that last trip of the day out to the storage unit, because I got home pretty late, but really right around the same time I would have got home if I had been working tonight. So it feels like a normal day is what I'm saying. Soon and very soon this tree will be fully green, and this cold weather will be gone. Tornado season will be here in full swing, and it will suck, but for whole different reasons than it sucks right now. It is late. I am hella shitbag tired. I'm also a little hungry, look. Little leftover Chipotle. I'm going to eat a little bit, and then I got to head to bed. Catch a quick 4 hours of lullaby time. Then I need to be up bright and on the early, fresh and on the bright, to head down to the wheeled truck stop. And if you want to know exactly what that looks like, go down on the list here at Dougaloo Nation and click on a video entitled How to Take a Shower at a Truck Stop, full demonstration. And when your boy comes back, it'll be for the purpose of pursuing what is now our new plan for me receiving my earnest money check from this potential buyer of this beautiful home out here in the country. Apparently that's supposed to happen now when I wake up later today. Technically today. Because it is way past midnight. So it's like a whole new day already, even though I haven't slept. And I just thought I'd keep you, apprised of the developing images out of Washington. That's those images. You got me? And, hopefully that actually happens this time. Unlike last time, as you've seen, your boy got stood up. No, that's more like it. I think I like the heated blanket a little bit more than I like cooking the sleeping bag in the dryer. For reasons I've already explained. I try not to be repetitive on these videos, but it's hard to avoid it sometimes because I often forget what I've been saying. My foot hurts. I'm giving my own foot a massage. I'm rubbing the arch of my foot into the heel of my other foot to give it a little arch support rub. Arch support rubber. But anyways, the heated blanket feels so good, and it allows me to keep the sleeping bag open. I don't have to zip it up, which is nice because the zipper gets snagged in the freaking fabric anyway. So things are looking up, I guess. You gotta enjoy the little shit, right, boy? I have no idea what to expect at the new property. I don't even know if the fucking garage doors work. I don't even know if I'll be able to have electricity out in that garage barn. because the power meter is most likely on the house. I don't think I'm going to keep power on to the house. I'm going to call the electric company and tell them to come out and remove the power utilities on that structure, most likely. I shouldn't say that too quickly, but as far as I know, that's about to be the plan. And if they're willing to install power utilities onto that garage barn, so the actual wire from the street runs to that structure, and that building, that garage barn, will be the only building on the property that has power to it. That's like step number 1, day 1 type activity, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll do a full walkthrough. I'll show you everything, including the house and all that, and the creepy upstairs and all that stuff. And hopefully I can still do all that. Hopefully everything works out where I get the place. I don't have to announce any new place as a contingent or anything. That would be great. If I can stick to the plan right now, as it is right now. So yeah. I'm going to catch a quick 4, and through the power of movie magic, we'll see you in the morning in about 1 second. And just like that, through the power of movie magic, it is the next morning. Look at this bird, all up in my business. Okay, where's your nest? I'll miss these birds. Listen to them all for just a second. I'll miss them. However, there will be plenty of them at the new place. And I will lovingly build a nice little wooden teepee, kind of like a fire pit thing with a hanging deal thing, Magilio that hangs down, and that's going to have a lovely bird feeder under it. You'll see. I'll make a full video just for me building that. Isn't that exciting? That'd be cute. It'd be about 8 feet up in the air. It'd be cool, won't it? Anyways. I have plenty of time today. 1, because I'm up early after only 4.5 hours of rest, which makes one particular little man very sleepy. However, it doesn't take long to wake up and feel refreshed and ready to go once you do get up and get moving around, especially when you come out and take in this beautiful nature. Also, another thing that gives us plenty of time today, noon has been moved to 2 now, which is fine. Luckily, I can still be around by 2 p.m. and I don't have to be leaving for work just then. But that's cutting it close-ish. So, my realtor just kind of makes a plan, lets you know about it, and apparently, as we recently learned, if that plan changes, oh well, I'll find out the hard way. So if 2 o'clock were moved to, say, 7, I may not even be notified. I certainly wasn't notified last time. However, just now, moments ago, I got up, took a breath, took a pee-pee from a wee-wee, and did some yawning. And as I was sitting there, just moments later, my phone rings because of some incoming messages. And I look. It is our real estate friend. And he said, I got the heartburn hiccups like crazy right now. He said, they will be there at 2 p.m. It must be a cashier's check. This is for a money drop-off only, no walkthrough, and it is your money to keep. See what I'm talking about? That's him today on a Monday. Unlike yesterday, where his messages were very sporadic, very uninformative, fragmented, and just grunts of potential answers. This morning, business is a lot different. Mofo's coming in hot with the facts, with the reassurance, with the clarity. Okay? But in any event, let's get this day started with a fresh, hot, sticky truck stop shower. Which I'm looking forward to because it's been a couple sticky, dirty, dusty, cold days. Looking forward to getting a cup of coffee, a nice hot shower, nice hot poops. But before that, I need to, I was going to say I need to put all the bags of stuff that's in my car into my van. But I'm actually, I think I'll do that. Go ahead and run the car over there this morning. So let me clear out my car first. Okay? Be patient with me. Let me do that, okay? Thank you. Appreciate it. Basically, there's crap in the car because I ran out of crap in the room and I was trying to get crap out of the house to show the house, or when it was originally supposed to be shown. So yeah, that happened and stuff. Okay, so this is my entire life right here. Clothes and personals. Okay, personals. There's only one bag missing, and that is my laptop bag. It's in the other trome. Okay? First order of business is take everything in here and put it in here. Take this, place it over to the side. Get these 2 biscuits and put them out. Place everything I don't need for my truck stop shower into one basket. Take everything I don't need from my truck stop shower into the other basket. Or, I guess, just back into here. So maybe I'll just empty this out into here, and then put a basket here, and then go backwards. Anything that I don't need from my bucket shower goes in the basket. Everything I don't need for the bucket shower goes into here. Then after that, I'll get my clothes, and since I got room in these, I'll probably go into the walk-in closet and get even more clothes just for running around today. Now, listen, I'm supposed to supposedly be getting this 2 p.m. big fat check full of money. It's tempting to want to run around the block spending money like money ain't shit. But guess what? This is the fucking second day it's been pushed back. And secondly, technically the second time the money's been rescheduled. So I'm not going to run around the neighborhood spending too much money like I wish I could have ordered. Instead, I'm going to try to behave and see if I got the money in my fucking physical checking account first. One thing I can tell you is it's a whole less likely to bounce, because as my guy actually came through with facts for the first time in his life, it's supposed to be a cheers check. Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you eat my loaf? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you eat my loaf? Won't you eat my loaf? It's a beautiful day to be a neighbor. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you eat my loaf? It's been about 3 days since I drove this car. And it feels good to be back in the old Ford Focus. But do you see how massively dusty and dirty and slimy it is? I don't know if it shows up good on the camera, but the way the sun is hitting it, it is showing as much filth and dust and layers of caked in grime like I've never seen. I think when the dust settles from this real estate stuff and this new housing stuff, I think I'll get this car fully detailed from the dealership I bought it from. Buddy, I tell you what, when all this showering stuff gets done and breakfast is all done, and we get that check in our hands, don't let me forget to get my bank account number ready so when I take it down there to the bank, I can make a proper deposit. We have arrived in our lavish hotel room, and the one I got that they gave me is down on the very end, down in the corner, so it's kind of quieter down here. So yeah, I'm gonna do what I do, shit, shower and shampoo, and then I think we're gonna pop into Wee Old Bob Evans and get us a little crunch to eat. Check this out. This is my shower bag. Want to see how it works? It works just like this. See the hook? Attached to the bag itself. Boom. All you do is put it in your shower with you. And it gives you one quick, easy step for having everything you need right in the shower with you. That way you never forget anything and you don't have to run around dripping wet to find stuff. One thing I noticed is if you come back to your gym bag to find stuff, then you get your bag all wet. So that solves that problem. There's a van life tip for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for my vitamin and coffee regimens. Being able to relax and take my time this morning is a new, unusual feeling, but I think I can get used to it. We did it! And we get to rock the brand new Hocking Hills Logan shirt for whatever reason. Here soon, it looks like I'll live about an hour away from this beautiful place. So I don't think I'll ever be back, at least not as a reliable routine option or anything. I'm gonna miss it. It's nice. You come in and completely recharge your batteries on every level. You can shower, shampoo. If you drove a truck or van life like I do, you could even put dishes in here and wash them at the sink while you're in here. You can use the room for whatever you want, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Every once in a while, the truck stop is a great place to buy clothes. My new hoodie, dude. What a perfect day to buy a hoodie. The first day of the year, it's in the 60s. That's called sarcasm. What in the world would have to happen for something to successfully knock that over? Wow. Not even 24 hours ago, it was 30 degrees, and just like that, 60, sunny, windows down, hair blowing around. Welcome to Ohio, baby. Bob's, baby. See it? Trump wants to do no tax on tips. We got a little problem up here. Car versus semi-truck. Late braking. I think they're road raging right now. Lord, I hope it's true. Truck versus car. Middle fingers, horns a honking and everything. Right up there. Anyways, like I was trying to tell you, Trump wants to do no tax on tips, baby. Well, I've never required a server of mine to claim taxes on their tips because I've always tipped in cash, baby. If you were a server and you had a bunch of cash tips, Would you claim it all? Would you keep track of it all? Would you claim it all on your taxes? I'm sorry, but there's no way anybody does that. Would I do that? Of course I would. Does everybody else? Nah. Like if you owned a laundromat and you went in and got all the quarters out of your machines, your washers and dryers, and then put them back in the change machine, then got the giant stack of 20s out of that changer, would you claim first of all, would you keep track of all that cash and claim all of that cash as your income for your taxes? Would I? Of course. Would everybody else? Nah, no way in hell. Back at the crib. Can't wait to take this thing on official camping trips. I'm going to build a bed on this side. I'm going to leave this walk space right here. I'll have my shelves for everything. And I got some magnets. I got a curtain for privacy back there. This is my back porch I'm looking at now. Look how beautiful. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right, enough screwing around. I gotta get more crap packed into here and get it out to the storage unit before work, and hopefully sometime before that happens, that dude shows up with my earnest money deposit check, whatever that's called. And hopefully that actually happens for real this time, instead of it just being a fairy tale like it has been so far. I bet you're wondering what this is. This is something I built and kept in the garage. It is for moving a giant amount of coat hangers or clothes garment hangers. The concept, of course, is to take your hanger, put it on there like that, and keep doing it until the whole thing's stacked up, and you can actually store a crap ton of hangers on this thing. If you want me to build you one of these, I guess just let me know. DougaloNation@gmail.com. We might be able to work something out. No big deal. And by the way, if this gets too heavy, because believe me, if you use wooden coat hangers or metal ones, and you fill this thing all the way up like I'm about to do, this will become really heavy. Just lean it forward, stick an appliance dolly under it, lean it back onto the dolly, and take it out. Or I could build you one with wheels, potentially. Sure could. So as I done told you, that guy's coming, in theory, to give me that money to have first dibs at making an offering on this house. And we will officially be in contract with a potential buyer. So that means as soon as I take that money, that's it. I'm just a little nervous. Not for letting it go, but just the fact that I won't have the option to let it go if my bipolar mind changes. So it's not letting it go that makes me nervous. It's knowing that the option to let it go will be gone at that point. A little nerve-wracking, but I think it needs to be done. That's the last 6 years of experience is screaming, do it, get the fuck out of here. If this bad boy gets to leaning too much on one side, just take this and spin it. And let those hangers kind of fall where they may. Help kind of balance her out, baby. 2 p.m. is here. A couple minutes after. No dude. No money. How long would you wait? This is the second time. How long would you wait on the first time? How long would you wait on the second time? And would you allow for there to be a third time? I think I'm cool with the third time. But if he doesn't show up the third time, I'm going to say, can you please just put my house back on the market? 25 minutes in. I'm still left with jack shit. This must be what a dog feels like when it waits on the front porch for somebody to come home and scratch its belly and give it some food and let it go sniff its favorite cat inside that's been waiting on all day or whatever. It's fucking torture, dude. With each passing minute and no one showing up to hand me the earnest money deposit, I feel like it's getting less and less of a chance of happening. So I'll wait another half an hour or so, and if it doesn't happen, I'll continue my day as planned. I'll head out to the storage unit and drop this crap off before work. And I'll text my realtor and just be like, hey, that thing you said was supposed to happen a day and a half ago, and then again an hour ago? Yeah, it never happened, just so you know. I texted my guy and I'm like, change of plans? No one showed up over here. And he goes, what the heck? He was supposed to be there. I'm like, you think? And then he texts me back a little bit later and he goes, he's on his way. What time do you have to leave? Because I was telling him I'm only good for like 25 more minutes and I gotta peace. How late would you be for work for a fat stack of cash? And he texts me back and goes, he's on his way. How much more time do you have? I said, the very max I could be here, about 30 more minutes, very max. Then I am shifting it into drive right on that second, once that last second hits. And I said, does this guy have an ETA? Does he have a freaking pulse at this point? And he's like, well, let me check. All right, thank you. Check his pulse. I'm trying to avoid naming this video, Dude Stood Me Up Again. But I don't think I would give a big reveal like that in the title anyways, right? You know what I mean? I'm like Stephen King. I like to create suspense. But right now I have this motherfucker creating suspense in my life and not a fan. Well, now I can't make it for an additional hour and 45 minutes. It went from noon to 2 to 3:45. Yeah. So, I'm leaving. I'm not waiting here that long. I will almost certainly be late for work if I do, but I'm going to offer them this one thing. Let me show you. As you can see, I left the passenger window cracked. So I'm going to text my realtor and say, I had to leave. If that dude wants to slip it in the crack of my ass in my car window, I'll receive it tonight and text you a confirmation in the morning if we are even allowed to do that. And that's the best I got for you. I'm not being late for work because this dude can't send a text message out and make any kind of solid plan. Well, I told my realtor that I left my window cracked, and if we are allowed to do so, the dude is more than welcome to show up whenever the hell he feels like between now and my death and slip my money, my check, into my car through the crack in the window. And my realtor said, I'll ask him. If that's an option we had this whole time, then what in the actual fuck was I waiting around for all that time and crap? I can understand if I need it in my hand prior to a showing, but if it's an option to leave it there, then I could have left on time for work today, is the point I'm trying to make. Look how close this guy parked to that temporary red light. Like, the claw, give me a sign. I'm here waiting for a message from you. Well, he is not willing to drop off that money while I'm away, and now wants to meet tomorrow. Will the third time be a charm? We'll see. But just like any other failed communication, I'm still waiting on a time. Not really sure if knowing a specific time will even matter, since this guy doesn't really care what time meetings are supposed to happen. I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I got no privacy. And just like that, mi muchachos, through the power of movie magic, it is dark out. While at work, my realtor did finally respond with a alleged time this third attempt at getting my earnest money deposit check should take place. He wants to shoot for 9 in the morning. No real detail on whether or not that came from the guy actually handing me the check, or if that's just another one of my realtor's ideas that he hopes sticks. Hard to tell. One thing I can tell you, for some reason, as I was walking into work, I received a picture of this check. I might have received that picture earlier, and I may have even mentioned that now that I'm thinking of it, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but I got this photograph of this alleged earnest money deposit cashier's check. And guess what, friends? The date that check was generated on was today's date. I assume that for some reason he sent a picture of the check to my realtor, and then for some reason the realtor sent the picture of the check to me. That guy definitely passed me on a double yellow going up a hill. I think that is clear, undeniable proof that the driver of that car is low intelligence. But anyways, like I was saying, I'm sick and tired of talking about this earnest money deposit thing. It's called earnest money because it is to show intention. But we can't just take your word for it. You have to pay for us to believe that we can take your word for it. That's where earnest money comes in. An earnest money deposit, it should be the very act that takes the listing off the market and into contract. First it goes on the market, it gets listed, then it goes in contract, and then there's a closing. Or sometimes it goes out of contract, back onto the market. Well, I was told that we are in contract with this man going on 3 days ago now. I don't believe that was actually true, given the fact that the earnest money deposit check is not in my hands still. Further proven by the fact that the check actually wasn't generated until today. On a positive note, though, I did see a picture of the check, which feels like we're actually inching toward the goal a little bit, which is a surprise. So the money does already come out of his account. So it's not like he can change his mind, and if he cuts the check up, I don't know how he squares that up with the bank. If he wants to put the money back in, I'm not really sure how that works for a cashier's check. Maybe it works the same way as a personal check. Really, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't think of it as a money order in my head just yet. I should do the research first, but at least a check does exist. I saw it, at least a picture of it, my name on it, and the amount. Anyways, we are now shooting for 9 in the morning. So I'll get up again after very little sleep again and try now what is attempt number 3 at reschedule number 4. It's been rescheduled 4 times, and the attempt where I've waited for no one to show up, that's happened 3 times. Well, tomorrow morning will be the 3rd time. And I'm here to tell you, friends, I will not be surprised in the slightest if the man never shows up. I will wait till 9:30, then I will text my realtor and say he never showed up, and then I'm most likely going back to bed. And when I wake up, unless I have a really convincing text message telling me this is going to go down at all, I'm going to ask my realtor to please put my house back on the market. And that's for two reasons. One, it could be to tell this alleged buyer, alleged window shopper, that we're tired of your wishy-washy crap, or perhaps the purpose could be to send a clear message to my realtor. If you're not going to double confirm with both parties what's about to go down, and you're just throwing stuff out there, then some wires are going to get crossed, and I'm going to ask you to just go about this again with someone else, which is extra steps for you that could have been avoided. I don't even know if I want my realtor to accept an earnest money offer next time. Maybe we should just start showing the house to a few people and let me get actual offers on it. We will see. I apologize that this is the narrative these last couple of days, but it is not only what's keeping us from other content, it is all that is going on. Because when I'm not thinking of this, waiting for responses that halfway make sense, I am actively moving out of my house. Not into a new house, because I can't rig that up yet. Although I believe that new house is in contract with me. I need to double clarify that again as well. But into a storage unit is where I'm moving into for now. And if you think my situation's rough right now, wait until I'm in the new house that's also like my old house with no plumbing or no heat. And in this case, there's not even septic lines I can take a shit into. Keep in mind, the new house, if I get it, is a blower-upper. It has structural damage. It has subfloor missing. It has windows missing. And even the back wall is some kind of temporary wall that a renovator flipper abandoned. Keep in mind, the new house, quote unquote, doesn't even have functioning electricity, nothing in the way of toilets or showers, so I can drain down into the village septic line, but I can't, is what I'm trying to say. I cannot. There's really nothing there to do that with. I would have to literally stand on floor trusses in a room with no subfloor, balancing myself while pouring poo water down a hole. That's not going to happen. And the reason I say there's no power at this new place is because, one, the power is shut off, and two, I'm not turning it on for the house. First thing I'll do, if I even consider turning power on to that house, would be get a contractor out there to tell me their opinion of the structural damage, structural support, the pliability of it even being something I would screw with. Is it safe to even have those outlets hot in that house? I don't believe so. The first goal when it comes to electricity will be to get a power meter on the garage and get that garage set up on electricity without that house at all. Right now there is an underground wire running from the house to the garage, but that underground wire is not underground. It's just laying in the grass. But it's not an extension cord that I can unplug and move. It is a hard tied-in wire for construction. It's supposed to go into waterproof conduit and buried, but it's just laying across the grass. We are going to have our work cut out for us. So, at least at first, if and when I get this new place, your boy will be van lifing / garage barn lifing with no power, no heat, no water, and whatever else I'm forgetting. So how will I sort this out? How will I live? How will I shower? How will I do everything I need to do? How will I get a daily video out to you? Which, by the way, is my number one priority. How will it all be done? Well, I highly advise you keep checking back, because I will throw around some ideas as slowly and surely I get things set up for myself there, converting that garage into a temporary house, perhaps, maybe a long-term permanent house, and I never will build a small home on the lot. I just don't know. There's some definite options. So how will it all sort out as I slowly but surely get things put in place and do some building or have some building done? In the meantime of that, how will I get a video out? How will I get internet? How will I get a shower? How will I have heat in the winter? What is going to go down as I pursue this mortgage-free lifestyle? Well, the good news is, if you keep checking back, you will see for yourself. To say the honeymoon phase is over, doubt, nervousness is starting to creep into my mind. Not about things not working out. That may feel like a relief, but about things working out. What will it be like when we close out a day and say goodnight to you, the nation? Will it look like this? No, it'll look like this. In the back of a van, or in a garage potentially. Certainly not in that crazy house that I'll show you. So, what to do? What to do first? What to do next? Well, the first thing will definitely help make the second thing happen, and we can build from there. But while building, things might be difficult. You thought my videos of being in this house with no furnace, no working furnace through sub-zero temperatures was rough. Will next winter be even worse? Well, I mean, I kind of have unlimited options when it comes to hunkering down somewhere and getting by just fine. But as far as staying on my new property goes, will I have a setup in place by next winter to keep me warm, etc.? Probably, to some degree. It'll probably need fine-tuned as time goes on. But anyways, I just hope one of two things. This guy flakes out again, the deal's off, the house will go back onto the market, or will I be in a position to say, screw it, I'm keeping the joint? Just kidding, I'm not going to do that. It goes against my big picture thinking right now. This place will go back on the market if that dude doesn't show up. I don't know if that potential seller even knows that I was told 9 a.m. With my realtor, things like that don't seem to be clear. Once in a while, he'll text me a few reminders and a few clarities, but that's kind of few and far between with this gentleman. So not knowing is becoming stressful, but I don't feel myself as stressed as I was 6 years ago when I was trying to acquire this place. But this is even worse in a way. There's a lot of things pending. There's a lot to lose. I could lose this house before I can sell this house. That's still a reality. So I think I'd be wise tomorrow to make a mortgage payment, whether I get earnest money or not. But can I even make a mortgage payment on a house that is in contract with a potential buyer? I think I should make at least one more to buy myself some more time, see how things go. There's just too much that I'm inexperienced in, too much that's up in the air, and too much waiting on some other people, and too much waiting on circumstances to fall into place. It's a wee bit stressful, my friends, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. We're here to see what happens. We're here to do it together. Me and you. If you want to help me out, please do so by sharing this video with all your dumb buddies, or go back and find a video that doesn't suck and share that one around, because a growing audience helps your boy out more than you know. If you want to contact me directly, well, hell, you should. Just email me, dougalonation@gmail.com. And you know what? Earnest deposit check or no earnest deposit money check, I'll still be here either way for you again tomorrow morning, like always. I got to go for now. I love you. Bye.